Hello, I'm Matthew Erickson with Assignment 2 for the GAM470 class. This time we had to make a couple of stars. The first one starting out with the gradient out to the colors. All we really needed to do was add the 4 points at the end of the different colors, change the triangles, and it would work as is. Here's the code, shows it runs. Then we can go through and stop that one. For the second one, we needed to have each triangle be on the edges be a different color. That was done by making more points of each color, so that you would have the 3 points of each of the triangles with the colors in the colors that you needed. And then, of course, you'd once again have to make the triangles later out of these vertices. We can run that and get exactly what we would expect to have. For the third part, we were supposed to change our code, the structure of the simple vertex, and then the vertices, with having the color first and then the position, and figure out how to get that to work with the code. It really came down to, as you can see from my comment here, that you just really needed to switch these and match them so that they work with your simple vertex structure, the layout of that. And as you can see, the colors are changed. We can run it quick, and the triangle shows up like it's supposed to. As for the final one, we had to do a little bit more with this one. This one required some structure, some of the actual shader work to be done. As you can see with the shader, I've added in so that it can accept a constant buffer. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word there. Along with some of the other information that we needed to pass in. And then down here, the pixel data, it takes in the int that is passed in as a color for the array of colors that we're getting from the constant buffer. And then we can see the setup of the constant buffer here, with the two colors being yellow and red. If we run it quick, we see that we get yellow and red. And if we were to just simply change this color to, let's go with aqua because it's up near the top. If we simply change that one and we run it, needs a second to build here. With the recording software, it tends to run a little slower, but there we go. You can see that one simple change changes all the colors to aqua, just like was asked from us in the prompt for the assignment. Let me stop that from running quick. And then on the further work section, what's the difference between a constant buffer and a shader constants? When I actually looked into it, a constant buffer is actually a type of shader constant. There's two different shader constants that I found, one being the constant buffer, the other being the texture buffer. And then we were given this information, put this code into the shader, and in theory we should be expecting this, but it comes out more as the bottom one here. Supposed to figure out why. The reason why is this data only affects pixels that are being drawn on the screen of vertices and stuff that are being passed in. And because we're only passing in information of the triangle, we only expect to see changes on the triangle, like down here. In order to get an image like this, we would have to have some sort of frame in front of it, with another shader attached to it to do more of the, using this effect on the square or two triangles, however you want to look at it, in front of everything. And then you'd need the shader for the background that just does the normal triangle work. So I hope that explains it enough, and thank you for your time.